Welcome students to lecture 8 of magnetic effects of current. So far we studied about the when current passes through a conductor, around the conductor the magnetic field will set up. So now we are going to discuss the complete inverse phenomena to that. Sir, what is mean by that? So we know that when, according to Oersted experiment, when he passes the current or when the current passes through a conductor, around the conductor the magnetic field will set up. So we studied the magnetic field pattern due to the different kinds of the coils in the same way current carrying conductors. Now the inverse phenomena of this. Sir, what is meaning of this? So due to flow of the current, magnetic field is creating. So in nature, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. That means nature loves symmetry. So when we change the magnetic field, nearby a coil, the electric current is set up in the coil. So this phenomena is first identified by scientist Faraday. So this was first observed by scientist Oersted. So this is what, due to flow of the current, the magnetic field is set up. That is known, studied under the magnetic effects of current. So but here what happens? When the magnetic field is around the coil is changes, the current is set up in a conductor. So this phenomena is first observed by the scientist Faraday. So this is named as electromagnetic induction. So induction means creating, producing. So actually to pass the current, definitely we need a source of electricity. Without using the source of electricity, by changing the magnetic field, around a coil, the current can be produced. That phenomenon is known to be electromagnetic induction. So now we are going to discuss about electromagnetic induction in detail. So before going to discuss that, let us discuss the phenomena of magnetic flux. What is mean by magnetic flux, we will discuss. So magnetic flux denoted by phi. So we know that already around a magnet we can draw infinite number of magnetic field lines. The direction of magnetic field lines will be north pole to south pole outside the magnet, and from south pole to north pole inside the magnet. In case of a uniform magnetic field, for suppose I am selecting a uniform magnetic field, we know that in case of a uniform magnetic field, the field lines are parallel and they are equally spaced. Now the intensity of the magnetic field, capital B, I am taking. Right now I am placing a unit area, that means an area I am placing in front of the magnetic field lines. So when I am taking the area in front of the magnetic field lines, in the same way, now I am taking one more magnetic field whose direction will be like this, and the area is placed like this. Right, let us see. This is case 1 and case 2. In two cases, let us study how many number of magnetic field lines are passing through the coil. So the area of the coil is capital A I am taking. So here we need to know area vector. So area is a vector. So area is a vector means it has direction and magnitude. Sir, it has direction and magnitude. Okay, we can find out its magnitude with the help of the length into breadth. We can write, we can get the magnitude. Then what about its direction? So direction of unit vector is always perpendicular to the surface of the coil or surface of the plane. So this is the direction of the area vector. Okay. So and here also the direction of the area vector will be like this. Right. Now if you observe the case, in case 1, this is the direction of the magnetic field. Field lines are passing through the coil like this. Now in this case, the field lines are passing in what direction? Perpendicular to the magnetic field. Now tell me, in which case the magnetic field lines are passing through the coil? So obviously we can say that in case 1 only the magnetic field lines are passing. Why? The direction of the magnetic field lines is in the direction of the area of the coil. That's why angle between them will be 0 degree. But here what is the angle between them? So area vector and field vector are perpendicular to each other. If this scenario will be there, there is no passage of the field lines through the coil. That means the magnetic flux is nothing but it is the number of magnetic field lines, passing through a unit normal area. That means simply it is the count of magnetic field lines passing through the unit normal area. Okay na? That means here we can analyze, if I am increasing the strength of the magnetic field, if the strength of the magnetic field is increases, what will happen? The flow of magnetic field lines passing through the coil will also increases. In the same way, if area increases, if I am increasing the area, so this is area 1, for suppose this is area 2. So through which area the magnetic field lines are passing greaterly? Obviously we can say that through area 2 only the maximum field lines are passing. In the same way, it is also depends on the angle between the field lines and as well as the area vector. So let us take, for suppose this is the direction of the field lines, and in this way I am keeping an area. Now tell me, what is the direction of the magnetic field in this case? The direction of the magnetic field in this case, wait, let us draw this next page. Right. So this is the direction of the field. So now I am placing an area like this. Now see, in this case what will happen? This is the direction of the area vector and this is the direction of the field. So now theta is changing. In initial case what will happen? This is the direction of field line and this is our area. So area and field are makes an angle of 0 degree. When the angle between field lines in the same way area vector, the maximum number of field lines are passing through the coil. But here what will happen? The theta, for suppose here theta 0 I am taking, theta 30 degree I am taking. If I am changing the theta, then what will happen? The field will also changes. Sir, then what is the equation for there? What is the formula for the magnetic flux? The magnetic flux phi we can write BA cos theta. Sir, why you are writing only cos theta? I will explain. So if theta equals to 0, then what is the field lines are passing through this? Field lines are greaterly they are passing. So cos 0 is equals to 1. For suppose if you take the angle in terms of sine, if you take the angle in terms of sine, what will happen? So BA sine 0. So sine 0 gives 0, therefore flux passing through it will be 0. Is it correct in this case? No. So sine is not valid in this flux concept. We need to take the flux passing through the coil is directly proportional to strength of the magnetic field, is directly proportional to area of the coil, is also directly proportional to cosine of angle between area vector and the field vector. Okay, that's why I am writing phi is equals to BA cos theta. I think so you understood why I am taking only cos, because when the field is parallel to the coil, then the greater number of field lines are passing. To get the maximum flux expression, we need to take only cosine function. Therefore phi is equals to BA cos theta. Now let us find out this expression. So phi is equals to BA cos 0. Cos 0 is 1, therefore flux will be BA. Now if I am taking theta is equals to 30 degree, what is the meaning of this theta? Theta is nothing but angle between field vector and as well as the area vector. Therefore phi is equals to BA cos 30. So cos 30 value is sine 60, that is root 3 by 2. So compared to BA, root 3 by 2 will be less. That means as the angle changes, the magnetic flux passing through the coil will also changes. So this is the dependence of the magnetic flux on these factors. Sir, what about this magnetic flux? Magnetic flux, whether it is a scalar quantity or vector quantity. So magnetic flux, just it is a count of field lines. It is a scalar quantity. Right, now let us discuss some special cases here. So case 1. What we know that magnetic flux phi is equals to BA cos theta. Now if B bar and A bar, because I am representing it as a vector, so field vector and area vector are parallel. Okay, in this case area vector and this is field vector. Therefore what we are going to get, phi is equals to BA cos 0, because they are parallel. So if they are parallel, theta equals to 0, therefore phi is equals to BA cos 0. So cos 0 is 1, that is phi becomes maximum. So flux is maximum when the area vector and field vector parallel. Next, let us take case 2. This is the direction of the field vector. Now I am placing the area like this. This is my area in this case. Now area vector will be perpendicular to its direction. So B and A 90. So if theta equals to 90 degree, therefore what will be the flux? Flux is equals to BA cos 90. So cos 90 value is 0, therefore flux will be minimum. That means if area vector or if the coil is placed perpendicular to the area vector is perpendicular to the magnetic field, then flux passing through it will be 0. Now let us take one more example. So this is the direction of field. Now my area vector is opposite to this. Okay, so area vector and flux field lines are opposite each other, therefore we can take theta as 180. So if theta is equals to 180, we can write BA cos 180 we can take, therefore phi is equals to minus BA. Therefore from this we can confirm that the flux, magnetic flux, can be positive, 0, negative. So magnetic flux passing through any closed surface, it can be positive, 0 or negative. Okay, right. Now let us discuss some cases, some problem related to this. So question is given like this: if B is equals to 2 Tesla and area of coil is 4 meter square and it is placed, the coil is placed by making an angle of 60 degree with respect to the field, then find flux. Okay, what is the angle made by the area vector? 60 degree. Therefore phi is equals to BA cos theta. So phi is equals to, what is the value of B? So B equals to 2 Tesla, area equals to 4 and theta value cos 60. Therefore flux is equals to 8 into 1 by 2. So 4. Sir, what about unit of this? So we need to discuss its units also. So unit of flux. So phi is equals to BA, because angles did not have any units and dimensions. So B, so flux, sorry, field intensity. Field intensity we can write F by M, force acting on a unit north pole placed in a magnetic field. So force Newton and pole strength is ampere meter. So this we can also write Tesla. Okay, na? Right. What is the unit of area? Unit of area is meter square. Therefore flux we can write unit of flux Newton by ampere meter into meter square, that is equals to Newton meter by ampere we can write. In the same way flux is equals to, in the place of B we can write Tesla meter square also we can write, or on the name of the scientist we can express this as Weber. So mostly we are using the unit Weber to measure the magnetic flux. So 1 Weber is equals to 1 Tesla into 1 meter square. Sir, what is the meaning of this? If 1 Tesla of magnetic field intensity or 1 Tesla of magnetic field is passing through the 1 meter square of area when the coil is parallel to the magnetic field, that count is known to be 1 Weber. Therefore your answer will be 4 Webers. Right, let us see the next question. The figure is given like this. Okay, right. They mention that the angle made by this is 60 degree. Okay. right. So B is 4 Tesla. They're asking area of the coil is given, area of the coil is 8 meters square. Now they are asking what is the flux passing through the given area. So to find the flux passing through the given area, we need to find out the direction of or the angle between area vector. What is the direction of area vector? Area vector is perpendicular to the plane. So this is the direction of area vector, and this is the direction of field. So here angle is not equals to 60 degree. Why? We need to take angle made by the field vector with respect to the area vector. So this is the direction of field. Angle between B and A only we need to take. This is the angle made by the field vector with the side of the or with the coil. We need not to find the angle made by the field vector with coil. We need to take the angle with the field and as well as the area vector. So this total value will be 90 degree, and in this it will be 30 degree. Therefore theta value is 30 degree. Therefore we can write phi is equals to BA cos theta. So substitute the values. Phi is equals to B value 4 into 8 into cos 30. So cos 30 value root 3 by 2. So 16 root 3 Weber is the unit of this. Okay, na? So 16 root 3 is the magnitude and unit of this is Weber. Okay, right. So in next session we are going to discuss the actual concept of the Faraday's experiment. So how he explained the phenomena of electromagnetic induction with his observations. We will discuss in detail in next session. Thank you.